Welcome back to the Travel Agency to Your podcast. I am Rachel K, your host, and we're going to expand some more on AI business marketing stuff. In the last few episodes, we've kind of gone over the basics, and now we're going to talk a little bit about SEO slash AEO slash GEO. I don't know what it's called now. It was AEO like 6 months ago, and then people started calling it GEO. It's basically AI engine optimization, is how I think of it in my brain. SEO is search engine optimization for those of you who do not know. And then the AEO slash GEO, that's for we'll get into it. First of all, where do you need to show up online when people do a search? Well, they're not just Googling anymore, and they're not just Binging. Search GPT, Chat GPT, Gemini AI, Perplexity, Claude, AI overviews, Copilot, all of these things. I'm not saying this is a nightmare that you have to deal with, but just consider it when you are creating content in your business, okay? You can still do the SEO stuff. However, it's time to also consider AEO, GEO if you are interviewing social media managers to help you with your online presence or digital marketing management teams. Make sure that they have an understanding of this, okay? Okay. Which by the time you hear this episode, everyone's probably going to have an understanding in the marketing industry. It is more than simple keywords that SEO is known for. It is directly answering your ICA's questions directly answering the questions. So the full question people ask, not just random keywords from things like Mexico, honeymoons. Like you can't just tag things like that so much anymore. What questions are your ICAs Google searching or going onto ChatGPT and searching, how do I find an expert travel advisor to help me plan my honeymoon? And it's going to give you tips. You could write a whole freaking blog post titled, How Do I Find an Expert Travel Advisor to Plan My Honeymoon? Make that this like the H2 heading right underneath the title of your blog. And then the next time somebody, well, not the next time, but higher chance the next time somebody searches that AI overview or any LLM they're using for the search is going to pull that article. So I'm like, I'm fine. I'm the LLM. They're going to see it. AI is going to be crawling and they're going to be like, well, this answers exactly this question. And it'll pull a blurb and then it'll link to your website. That's a real basic overview. I'm not saying you do this once and you're just going to blow up. I'm saying consider it when you're creating content. Okie dokie. So how do you do it? You need to refine your headings, subheadings, layout for AI readability and relevance. And you're probably like, what? I have to redo all my blogs? No, but kind of. In the future. So H2 headings are great for questions that you know your ICA is asking. If you need questions that your ICA is asking, head over to answerthepublic.com and get a free search once a day. Type in your niche, do a search. It'll show the top questions being asked on both Google and Bing. I don't think it has integrated with the LLM searches yet. H3 tags, heading tags, is the answer underneath the question in the formatting. This is specifically for formatting blog posts. Another thing you can do, let's see, we need to swap these little bullet points around. Bulleted lists, bullet points. AI can find that information. So if you have, how do I plan a honeymoon to Mexico? And how do I find an expert travel advisor for all-inclusive resort honeymoons or whatever? That's your question. And the answer should be an H3 tag if it's a blog post, H2 heading for the question, H3 heading for the answer. And if you can, bullet point it. So AI can be like, oh, or step-by-step guide. Show that it's original research and you aren't just copying someone else's blog. Have reputable backlinks. Don't worry. Tomorrow's going to be about backlinking because you're like, what is this nightmare? And frequently updated. So you can take your old content, like a blog post from like 3 years ago, and copy it all into a new document, do a new blog post, update the information in that blog post, do a quick reformatting, add some questions and answers, post new blog post. Because guess what? ChatGPT is not going to rely on a blog post from 7 years ago to be the end all be all answer. Now, you also want to focus on getting more mentions. Ask for reviews and referrals and ask them to share on social media. Because if people are referring you, like on Reddit, for example, or Google My Business, then, or even like public Facebook groups, that's going to help your reputation with AIs, the LLMs searching. That's going to help with your AEO and GEO. Now, my web host has an alpha AI ranking, like where do you rank on AI? And one of the tips that it said to me was like at least one review per month on your Google My Business or on the Not Wedding Wire, which I'm like, also, I'm trying to transition niches. I don't know if I want to do that. But that was its recommendation to boost my ranking. So be more proactive with asking for reviews from all of your clients and maybe have a referral program. Maybe consider setting up a referral program. So this is different from SEO. So SEO is search engine optimization, and that's going to be like your tags and your description on when you're creating like a blog post or any content on your website. That is like the keyword tags, like in the kind of header, footer, description. I can't describe it. I can't. I know what it is in my brain. When you are writing copy on a website, there on every web builder, if you're building your own website, there is a thing you can click on and it'll have the SEO description, the tag, who's the author, what's the social image, all those things. And you can have multiple tags. So that is more SEO. But the actual copy on your page, ChatGPT, Claude, and Perplexity cannot read SEO. Okay. So the actual copy on your page is what it's going to be seeing. And it's going to be crawling for that information. And it's crawling through the HTML code in that it's going to look for things that are bigger headings, but not the big heading. That's why you need an H2 heading tag for the questions, or it's recommended, and an H3 tag for the answers. And it'll all be in the, like if you right click on your page and inspect source code or whatever, it's going to show all the HTML code. And that's what AI is looking at when it's searching. Yeah. So it's different than SEO. At this point in time, you can't pay to be featured on ChatGPT or LLMs. So that's kind of good for all the little guys who don't spend, thousands and thousands of dollars on ads. You can come up. It's kind of like what TikTok was in like 2020, 2021. Now, as far as video content for AEO and GEO, SEO type stuff, you can always have a transcript of the video and or subtitles. That's going to help AI see it. You can also just do like pages on your website and backlink the YouTube video instead of just embedding it, but also backlink it on your own web page maybe, and have the full transcript. That will help boost you in like GEO as far as video content goes. I don't know. It's exciting new times, is all I'm saying. It's fun new things to learn. So if you like this episode, share this with a travel advisor who's like maybe trying to come up with a new way to market their business. And they're trying to understand how to show up in the LLM search instead of just Google and Bing. Oh man, I got such good stuff in the next episodes. All right, have a good day. Bye.